Hello beautifuls, my name is Quavia and I'm the creator of JuJu Thyme. In today's 12 Days of Yule challenge, December 23rd, we are reflecting on our practice in the last year. And this is because we are at the end of the year within the Gregorian calendar, it's naturally a time of reflection, but also for me being in the northern hemisphere, it's winter, and so this is a natural time for me to think about the last couple of months and sort of just reflect on it. So I really appreciate this question. When I reflect on my practice in the last year, so I have it broken down between like practicing magic and my channeling, because I feel like, of course they are intertwined, but I feel like the lessons in both of them were a little bit different. So when it comes to practicing magic, when I reflect on it, I feel a lot of the lessons stemmed around when to know when magic is needed, when to know to trust my guides for alignment, and when to know when to let go. You know, that sometimes magic is not needed in all of those situations, that sometimes there's no one against you but yourself, you know, that you are your own worst enemy sometimes, you know. So I feel like that was kind of a something that was highlighted for me in the last year when it comes to my magical practice. And I feel like this was really important because discernment is needed. At least what I've learned, at least with my practice this year, I learned that discernment was needed. Sometimes magic is looked at as like this quick fix kind of thing. But at least with my practice as a practitioner of hoodoo, it's also a practice of liberation, of healing, of liberation and healing, I mean. And so, if anything, a lot of the magic that was done was more on myself. It was more of magic in regarding wanting clarity on things, healing, aspects of myself that I need to confront. And that definitely goes into my channeling, which I'll talk about soon. But also, as I said, knowing when to trust my guides, I think the beautiful thing about magic, or if you have like a magical practice, at least what I feel, is that you realize you're not helpless. You realize that there's so much energy and there's so much, that the earth in general is there to help you, we weren't just thrown into this world without the ability to do something. At least most of us, and even those of us that can do something, we're meant to do something, if it even means to help someone else, but we have the tools to do that, to help ourselves and to reach out and help others. And sometimes, that of course is beautiful. But when it comes to, at least with my own practice, with me, sometimes letting go and trusting, when it comes to my own individual path of wanting to heal, help, and liberate myself, a lot of it comes with trusting my guides. So yeah, yeah, I feel like that was, with my magical practice, was something that I had to really learn, you know, that discernment, when to use magic, when magic is necessary, and when it's time to let go and trust. When it comes to my channeling, oh man, I feel like that has gotten much more deeper, and for me, much more beautiful. I feel like when it comes to my channeling and my oracle abilities, that leaning into my spirits and knowing and understanding the voices that I'm hearing, or the things that I'm seeing, or even the energies that move through me. But what's interesting about this is that when it comes to channeling and being an oracle, there's a lot of just healing work that has to be done to be a clear channel, right? Because the last thing that I want when I do a reading is to put my own crap into it, because my crap has nothing to do with the situation, you know? And so I found myself participating in a lot of healing groups. I found myself doing a lot of shadow work and stuff, so I can confront these abandoned aspects of myself and show them a little love, let them know that they weren't forgotten, and just integrate them back, or understand them more, or provide for them more. And I feel like that has really helped my practice in regards to my channeling abilities and things of such. So yeah, I feel like this will be something that I'll always be doing, because I feel like I feel things do get easier, absolutely. I feel as though shadow work is something that you're just never completely done with, you know. There's always you know, there's time, you know, it takes time, it takes patience, it takes a lot of self-love, but I realize the more that I allow myself to be more integrated, the more clear things can be. And when I channel, the more I can sort of empty myself. I don't know how to better explain it, but I can empty myself, and I don't feel like I'm losing myself, you know? Like, so during the channel, I can empty myself, so that way I can hear and feel more clear, and not feel like I'm losing control, or, you know, allowing fear to take its place or anything like that. So yeah, it was a very interesting year in regards to my practice. I feel like I was communicating more with earth spirits this year as well. Yeah, which I really appreciate, because they're always around. And so I feel like that became a lot louder for me, and just more beautiful, really. And so yeah, that was, yeah, just a little reflection on my past year. And in the next, I think there's a day in the challenge where we talk about the coming year. So I think that's going to be another journaling, a journaling day, because I think that's another great question. So anyway, it is time for me to head to bed. So thank you so much for being here with me. I really appreciate it. And until the next one, beautifuls, truth and love.